Load up on guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello.
Peter said Ethan Nordine was the undisputed leader of the group that day as they tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
And FBI agents arrested Proud Boys former national chairman Enrique Tarrio at this home in Miami. By 2 this afternoon, he was in federal court.
Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us.
Well, good morning or early afternoon, depending on where you're watching right now. I wasn't supposed to be here alone. At least I didn't think I was. Everybody else is bailing. So we wanted to do this, and obviously you guys have probably all seen it by now, but there has been another major Islamic terrorist attack in Australia. Looks like 12 confirmed dead as of right now. This is the most breaking that I can find. And I'm going to play this clip from 9 News in Australia for you guys to see. Good morning. Let's see. Oh, look at what we got.
Oh, Lord Christ almighty. What's up, buddy?
What's up, dude? This is with what happened at Brown yesterday, dude.
Yeah, you and I can have a conversation about this like probably nobody else could. So,
yeah, dude, listen, my best friend lives a mile from Brown. She's a psychiatrist, a doctor, and she's worked at Brown. And they had her locked in her house for, I think, about 10, 11 hours yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, I never, growing up there, when I was a kid, I grew up in Oneyville and on Federal Hill, but when I was in high school, like, we spent all our time on Thayer Street. Like, all of our time on Thayer Street.
Thayer
all the
Street.
kids, Thayer
all
Street.
the punk metalhead kids always hung out on fucking Thayer Street.
Exactly.
That was the place to be if you were in Providence.
Exactly.
Or at the living room.
Yeah. And the living room was closer to my house, but like during the day, you'd be on Thayer Street. At night, you'd be at the Met Cafe or the living room and Lupo's. And we've talked about this a lot before. We probably were at a lot of the same shows, just didn't know each other at the time. So no, it really killed me last night to think that, that could happen.
Dude, I'm worried about my friend. She's not like her and her husband are not. They're. I mean, I want to say they're libertarian and they do have a means of protecting themselves, but they're not ones that would be
armed. Yeah.
Well, they are. I mean, they have. They have personal protection at their house, but they're not ones to use it. Like it's and I'm listen. I say this because I love her to death. I love her husband to death. I've known him 15 fucking years of my life. And, when she calls me and I see her face and she's like white and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And she's like, dude, there was a shooting at Brown. I said, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw the headlines. I was like, that's bullshit. Like,
Well,
and then.
I want to make a little inside joke, Patty. And only you or anybody else in the area is going to be able to laugh at this or understand it. Even though my default is fuck the government, when it came to masks, I realized very soon that if I have ever gone to a show at the living room, there is nothing on this planet that will kill me. If you've been into the bathroom at the living room, you didn't need to wear a mask during COVID. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, because the bathroom of the living room would kill you in the first place.
If you survive the bathroom of the living room, dude.
And first of all, I want to tell the viewers who may not know, when I was a sophomore in high school, so this was in 1995. A friend of mine, Andy, we can say it now because I think the statute of limitations on vandalism and this sort of thing is over. But a friend of mine, Andy Pettis, who played in a band called Pain Driver, and another band called Ulcer, and you'll know
remember both of those bands. Yep.
Yeah. So he was my best friend in high school, and we blew up the second bathroom. There used to be two bathrooms in the living room. They used to have a men's and a women's room. We blew up the original men's room with a cherry bomb. And Randy, the cokehead who you'll remember owned the place, never fixed it.
Nope.
And so then there was just one bathroom at the living room for a while. And you would just you went in there and couldn't even discern a toilet. You would just kind of piss on the floor. So that place was one of the biggest hellholes I've ever been in, but damn,
probably
did I love it.
Yep, one of the greatest places to play. Yeah. My band played there quite a few times.
Yep.
I also like Casey's Tap, dude. Casey's Tap was fucking dope.
Yeah. Now you're getting deep into Providence.
Yeah.
You're talking about Casey's Tap. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Broadway and fucking Pawtucket, Casey's Tap, fucking AS220. God, I remember, I think it was like probably the first show I ever played was fucking AS220, and they wouldn't let me bring my amps. They had their own backline there. I was like, I didn't even realize what AS220 was. And this was like 95, 96.
AS220 was
a little coffee house.
Yeah, and the thing that was great about AS220 is
not designed for a death metal band.
No, not really, but they let you do it anyway.
They let you do it, yeah.
The cool thing about AS220 is that you could start there. Like you didn't have to have any, like it wasn't hard to get a show there. Like, it was the
instruments.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you could do it. And it's almost like, they a lot of people like to glamorize, and I understand it to a certain extent. Like, so we talk about like Cafe Wah back in like the Village in the 60s and stuff. But a lot of those, for every Jimi Hendrix and Bob Dylan that played there was a bunch of hacks who were just embarrassing, right? But the fact that place existed and you could get in there and play without a demo tape, without anything, like that has to still exist, because if it doesn't, then you're not going to get as many Jimi Hendrixes or Bob Dylans or, bands like you. I mean, you're a professional musician. You played for your whole life. Imagine if just nobody let you play in front of people ever.
Yeah, I know.
It would suck, right? I mean, it would be bullshit.
Dude, do you know the Attleboro area well?
I mean, I know Attleboro, but I don't think I ever played
Jared's place
in Attleboro. No, never.
You've never been to Jared's place?
No, I've heard of it, but I've never been there.
Oh, dude, that place was fucking dope. But
if it's north of Pawtucket, I probably didn't mess around with it.
We're waxing philosophic about the south coast of Massachusetts and Rhode Island because this actually does affect guys like me. And like I spent a lot of my 20s in Pawtucket and Providence on Thayer Street. Like Patty was just telling you guys, I have friends and family and people that I love in the area. And it bothered me yesterday. And then now I'm seeing, and I'm going to play this clip, Patty, that there was a Islamic terror attack in
Australia,
Bondi Beach,
right?
And we're going to go to I think it's Sky 9 News or 9 News in Australia, and I'm going to bring that up on the screen right now.
So to bring you up to date, this shooting at Bondi Beach has now been declared officially a terrorist incident, and important to mention, within that declaration, police now have special powers to investigate. So we haven't wanted to speculate up until now, but we can now say officially this has been, without question, a terrorist attack. 12 people, including one of the two gunmen, are confirmed dead after these two assailants opened fire at Archer Park on the edge of Bondi Beach during a Jewish family event on the first day of Hanukkah. 29 people have been hospitalised across Sydney. Among them are 2 police officers, and we can now tell you a child. The conditions of all are being described as serious. There is a second gunman who is being treated in hospital. We understand his condition is critical. We can also tell you that several explosive devices have been found in a vehicle nearby, and the bomb disposal unit is on the scene. At Bonnyrigg in southwestern Sydney, police have begun raiding a home, and we are led to believe that that is the home of one of the gunmen. Ali, we've got some pictures just in of police, tactical teams and detectives on a street in Bonnyrigg.
Yeah, a large section of the road is taped off, as you can see, Georgie. Police have been trying to keep locals away from the scene for a number of hours now, and I think this is so important when we've just heard the New South Wales Police Commissioner and the New South Wales Premier hammering home that this is not a moment for anger and for retribution, Georgie. No one should be going near the home. We need to be staying away and letting New South Wales do this important job, this important investigation. But these are pictures coming out of Bonnyrigg in southwest Sydney at the moment. And I mean, Georgie, we didn't want to connect all the dots, or we didn't want to believe that this was going to be the case, but it was what we were all fearing, a terror attack on our Jewish community in Sydney.
Well, we've obviously been reticent to use any inflammatory language, but we now have it officially from the Premier, the Prime Minister, and Mike Burgess, ASIO Director General.
All right, well,
if you live in a New York zip code and have 0 DUI,
so all guns are banned in Australia.
Right.
I'm not going to make this about guns, but this goes to.
Well, yes, you are. I mean, let's just make it about guns then.
No, it's not about guns. Honestly, it's about the fact that Islam is not compatible with Western civilization. Period. They're not.
All right, you want me to make the counter argument?
Let me point this out because I know what you're going to do. I don't want you to make a counter argument. I just want to have the conversation. It has nothing to do with counter or pro or against it. It has to do with the fact that when people say, "Well, what the fuck just happened?"
I don't know. You've got a fucked up screen right now, but now it's even more fucked up. Oh, okay, now it's better. All right.
I have no idea what the hell's going on with this thing.
Yeah, I know. You normally don't, but
somebody's fucking around.
You're doing the mess around with your hands.
When
playing
people
piano with your oven mitts on,
there's like 2 billion members of Islam in the world.
Yeah,
and they say, well, only 10% are radical. What's 10% of 2 billion?
A lot. A shitload.
10% of 2 billion is 20 million?
Yeah. Look, I think we're going to agree on this actually a lot because...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's 200 million. Where the fuck is my math? 10% of 2 billion is 200 million.
Yeah, I mean, look, the 10% estimation is obviously not something you can actually quantify, but I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying, okay. The point is that if you compare Islam and Christianity, right, and you compare the number of people who commit, acts of terrorism between the two, well, there is no comparison, right? There is no comparison. It doesn't even, I mean, no Christians have ever flown planes into buildings. It's never happened, right? No atheists have ever done that either, I might add.
I don't know of any Satanists that have either.
No. I mean, when was the last time we heard of a Satanist committing an act of terrorism? Like it never. I don't think it's ever happened.
Never.
I mean,
Well,
Anton LaVey going on Oprah Winfrey maybe could
about,
be considered an act of terrorism, but
unless you want to consider the Scandinavian black metal the black metal bands burning churches in the fucking 90s. Other than that,
probably not. You know, like so. The fact is, I've said this for a long time, and maybe I've never said this to you or to this audience, but I think that the most dangerous thing about religion, when you compare Christianity and Islam, is that most Christians don't actually believe their Bible. Like most Christians don't think that you should be killed for working on Sunday, even though the Old Testament says that you should.
Well,
most Christians don't believe that the penalty for adultery should be death, but that's what it says in the Bible.
Right.
The problem
but I also know,
is,
like you do, that most Christians believe that when Christ came, it was the New Testament, and that's more of what they follow than the Old Testament, and that's what it's supposed to be.
Right, but and that's an opinion, and that's a popular opinion. I understand that. I don't agree with that. But okay. Well, what I'm saying, he said he came to fulfill the law, not to abolish the law, and that's not. That's
he also
very
said
different.
You've heard,
but I don't want to get sidetracked in a theological argument. What I was about to say was that the problem is that there are a shitload, and I mean a shitload, of Muslims who do actually believe in the most horrible parts of the Quran, that actually say that honor killings are reasonable and that female
stoning
genital mutilation is okay.
Stoning women for learning how to read.
And stoning women for getting caught getting raped.
Getting raped, yeah, it's like, the woman's fault.
So I totally understand that there is not a comparison between the religious fundamentalists in America, who I think are just dickheads, and the religious fundamentalists in Afghanistan who think it's okay to play soccer with the severed heads of people who they think didn't follow the law well enough. You know, so you're not going to get an argument from me as far as that goes, because I do think that, you know, fundamentalist Islam is more dangerous than fundamentalist Christianity. It just is. That's a fact.
That is an absolute fact. They did catch the suspect, from what I'm reading right now, in Brown.
Yeah, I hope it. I hope they get. Yeah, I hope it's the right person. And they, God damn it! Like
there were reports.
I worked at Jeff's on Benefit Street. Jeff's Sandwich Shop on Benefit Street, which in Providence is a famous place. It used to be anyway, where you were supposed to be rude to the customers. And this was way before, like, you remember, like, Dick's restaurant in Boston?
Oh, yeah, yes, Dick's Last Resort, yep.
Dick's Last Resort, right? But yep. Dick's was, like, way after. Jeff's started in the 80s, in the early 80s, and he just wanted people to be rude to the customers. So I got a job there. You had to audition for the job. For you. Oh, yeah, you had to be funny. You had to, like, have a routine. You had to go in there and audition for the job. And, you know, this was, like, tailor-made for me. I was 18 years old. I started working there. And we used to fuck around with the customers, throw shit at them. But you got, like, the biggest sandwich for the least amount of money. You got all the stuff. It was mostly construction workers who were working around the east side, building stuff at Brown and RISD. And they would come in and, you know, they would tolerate the bullshit because they got the best sandwich in the city, right? And I have a hole in my heart thinking about that neighborhood got fucked up by this, and that people are going to be scared now, because those are some of the best memories of my life, when I was an 18-year-old kid slinging fucking, you know, salami over at Jeff's. And making the Buddy Cianci sandwich, every day. And it just, when I saw it last night, it really did kind of break my heart. I just felt terrible about it.
I had a very good friend for many, many, many years who worked at Brown. He died now. He's long dead. Actually, he died of a heart attack in my arms.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, but he worked at Brown, and Yeah, that was dude. That was fucked up. I'll tell you that story one day. You'll be like, "Get the fuck out of here, dude." It was just fucking nuts. Yeah, he was a really good friend. I don't know. I mean, listen, I'm not there. I'm fucking 2.5 hours away from Providence. So, other than my best friend living right there, having had worked there, and being in the she is in trauma. She's doing trauma response right now. I haven't even heard from her. She called me last night. So because she's a doctor and she works for, a major company when it comes to, in Providence. And she's been doing trauma response all day and all night.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you, Marie came home last night. And she works at in the ICU at Boston Medical Center, and we were talking about it, and she was just like, "Hey, I'm glad to hear that nobody got sent here, because that means if they're still at Rhode Island Hospital, they're probably gonna make it." You know what I mean? Because if it were really, really that bad,
they would have life flighted them to Boston.
Yeah, exactly,
absolutely,
exactly. So. That's at least we can hope that the 9 people who got shot who didn't die are not going to die. But that doesn't mean they're not gonna have life altering injuries, which is horrendous. But I was born in Rhode Island Hospital. All those people are there now, and my mother worked there for 20 years. So it's like the whole thing just hit home a little bit. I saw news shots from CNN right down Thayer Street last night.
Yep.
And I was like, that's where I spent almost all of my days in high school, hanging out there, screwing around, being idiot punk rock kids, waiting for a show that night or whatever. And it was surreal. It was a weird thing to see.
I shit on Providence a lot, but I have to say that when I do shit on it, it comes from a place of knowing the place, first of all. And second of all, I have a lot of good memories in Providence. I can't say that I don't. I can't say that, my formative years in my 20s, that I didn't spend a lot of time there in the metal scene, playing shows there, hanging out in Providence, going to fucking Lupo's. Yep. My shitting on the place is right after the Providence Place Mall. How many gang-related shootings happen there, and the fact that if you go there to watch a movie right now, there's the entire Providence Police Department gang unit hanging out at the fucking food court for a reason. That's the reality is the reality.
I went to boot camp before it was open, and I came back after it opened, and the whole landscape of the city had changed just because of that monstrosity that they built there. And so it was weird.
Hey, listen, it was a close IMAX, dude. I didn't have to fucking drive past I didn't have to drive up fucking to the North Shore of Massachusetts to go to fucking IMAX.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I don't know why none of the conservative news outlets are touching this. So I'm gonna unfortunately have to go with CNN. Why this isn't working? Because they have the latest.
Hi,
report.
Reno. Just wanted to say,
Reno, what's going on, bro? We can't hear you. You're learning your new gear. Take whatever time you need, bro.
I like your lighting though, man. It looks good. It's nice.
It's fucking retro 80s, man.
Yeah. No, it looks
fucking good. Miami Vice. All right, so I'm going to share this screen. And again, it's not my preferred, but for some reason, I can't find any of the quote-unquote conservative outlets even talking about this. Well.
U.S. Marshals tell CNN that they now have a person of interest in custody in connection with last night's deadly shooting on the Brown University campus. The CNN saw at least 20 members of law enforcement going into a hotel room. This is near the Providence airport this morning. Now, in that shooting, 2 students were killed, 9 other students were hurt. We just learned that the shelter-in-place order has ended for the Brown University campus. We showed you this security camera video of a person of interest taken at the time of the shooting, or just moments after, this person leaving near that building. We don't know if this is the same person that authorities have in custody.
Yep.
Students were in the middle of a final exam review session when the shots were fired. The mayor of Providence says the timing likely made it easier for the shooter to get inside the building.
Well, there you have it, folks.
That's going to be a kid from that class. If he targeted a final going on from that class,
we can hear
that's
you.
what it's going to be.
Turn your volume up a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I don't think it's coming through that mic, though. It's coming through something else. Dude, when we're done, give me a shout and I will help you out. For as many fucking audio issues I have, it's always been computer related, so I'll give you a hand with whatever you need. So, what do we do?
I have no fucking idea, man. Honestly, if you got an idea.
I mean, I do, but I'm obviously radical, and people are going to call me fucking Hitler.
Well, you're going to want everyone to have guns, but I'm like, you know what?
Well, everyone already does have guns here. That's the only reason why we haven't been taken over, dude.
Yeah, but here's my argument against everybody having guns. And it's not like you understand that I don't have a problem with the Second Amendment. Oh, boy. What I'm saying is that if you think the solution to gun violence is for everybody having guns, you're making an assumption that if you legalize guns for everybody, that everybody will carry them. But what I'm telling you is that almost nobody will carry them because most people don't want to carry fucking guns, man. They just won't.
That's not true, though.
Really?
That's not true. Well, my state is a perfect example. Maine is a perfect example. Vermont is a perfect example.
Everybody in the state of Rhode Island, where I grew up and was born and raised, if you give everybody the opportunity to carry guns, very few people actually will carry guns. So this whole thing won't be a bit. You talk
Patty,
about.
Let me throw this out there to you. We are the only state in the country. New Hampshire is the only state in the country that allows you to carry in a school.
Right.
We've never had one shooting in a school.
I know, but do you think that will last?
And when I go to my son's wrestling meets, every single father I know that's there is carrying in the auditorium. None of that shit would happen in our schools here.
Yeah, I think that you're exaggerating the fact
teachers are allowed to carry here.
Well, first of all, I don't know what schools you went to, but I sure as shit wouldn't want a lot of my teachers carrying guns.
Well, no. I went to New York schools. Yeah, you don't want that motherfuckers.
Yeah, look, I went to school in Rhode Island, and specifically, I'll say LaSalle Academy in Rhode Island. And if you put a gun in the sister with Sister Pauline or Brother Paul, I think we would all end up with some unfortunate.
We would get pistol whipped instead of hit with a fucking ruler.
I got hit with a fucking ruler, and I deserved it. But I definitely don't want to get shot by accident because Sister Pauline doesn't know how to operate a firearm, and
Listen,
or Sister Dorothy, or
I
Brother
went to Catholic
fucking
school my whole fucking life, dude. I went to Catholic school in New York, man.
But so we're talking about the same thing here. Like,
I'm not even talking about just teachers. And it has nothing. And I'm not even talking about the guns. I actually didn't even. What do we do? Because both of these are Islamic terrorist attacks. Because you read, just like I have, I'm sure you have, because I'm sure you've been up on this Brown thing, that there have been multiple students saying that they heard.
Right. No, I'm sure that's going to be the case. Until it is, that we don't necessarily know. The one in Australia
when do we draw the line?
Obvious, but
right. When do we draw the line and say these people are not compatible with our way of living and ship them out, pack them up and ship them out? They are not compatible with our.
I'm going to agree that many of them are not compatible, but I can't say that all of them are because I happen to know and be friends with, people who are Muslims who I totally disagree with theologically, and who are absolutely my best friend in the entire world, who I served in the Navy with and was best friends before we both joined, his name is Mahmoud Sultan, right? That guy's the biggest fucking patriot I've ever met in my life. And he's to the right of me on almost everything, right? And the idea that we would his family came from Pakistan. Like the idea that
is he a practicing Muslim?
Well, I don't know if he's practicing. I think occasionally he might get into a practice.
So he's like a lap Catholic where they
or
go
something like that. No, he's not particularly religious, but his parents
they go to
are.
Catholic church on Christmas.
No, look, actually, you know what? You just fucked up because he actually did spend his Christmas at my house twice. Right before we were, when we were like 21 and 22-year-old kids, he did spend Christmas at my house, and he's like, I would lay down in traffic for that kid. I'd take a bullet for him.
Oh shit! Somehow we're not. Look at all the red bars at the top.
I don't know what the red bars mean.
EV Mux has lost access to your YouTube account. EV Mux has lost access to your X account.
The clock seems to be running still. We're still live.
Yeah, but nobody's seeing it.
Oh.
Hey, chat, can you guys still see us?
Somebody respond in the chat if you can still see what we're doing. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
EV Mux has been having problems lately, dude.
Yeah. I don't know what to do about it. We probably have to have a conversation.
No, what I was saying, I think you misunderstood what I'm saying. Let me be clear. So is he like a lapsed Catholic, the ones that only go to Catholic church on Christmas? Like he's says he's Muslim. He doesn't, kneel down.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I think no, he does
pray fucking 3 or 4 times a day.
I couldn't speak to necessarily how many times he prays, but I think he does. Like, I mean, he's done everything. Like, he married a Muslim woman. He's raising his kids as Muslims, but he's a Navy veteran, just like me. We served together. He served for 4 years on the Truman. And we were roommates down in Virginia when I served on Tortuga. And yeah, I mean, he's as hardcore a patriot as you're going to get, man. So the fact, all I'm saying is that we shouldn't just say, hey, everybody who doesn't, what are we going to say? Everyone who's not a Christian or, may have had Muslim parents or whatever, we're going to throw them out. First of all, that's not practical. I mean, we both understand that's not practical. But
so
secondly, I don't think it's even desirable. Like,
I'm joking. I understand. Joking. I'm joking.
I'm not. I
know you're not. Everybody else in the fucking. Everybody else that's watching. I'm joking.
Yeah. No, I mean there are too many people I've met, especially during my while I was in the Navy, like who have completely different, who are Muslims, who I'm just not ready to chuck those people over the side, because there are some lunatic. Islamo-fascists, as a lot of people like to call them. So I'm just not ready to do that, man. I'm just not.
Do you think that a place like Dearborn, Michigan has hardcore fucking patriots in it?
I've never been to Dearborn, but I understand what you're saying. The Muslim population is really high. I don't know.
The Muslim population in Queens? The Muslim population in Brooklyn.
Well, I mean, how many people
one of the
in
worst
Queens?
In New York?
How many Muslims in Queens have ever committed an act of terrorism? The answer is 0. How many Muslim people in Dearborn have ever committed an act of terrorism? It's 0. So I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Lying in wait.
Well, I mean, so you want to do preventative maintenance on this?
I don't trust them at all. I can't.
Yeah, there was a time where people didn't trust Catholics in this country either, and my family was offended by that, but we got over it. You know what I mean? Like, come on. There were times, I mean, if you look in the early 1900s, all the way up into the 50s, we couldn't have a Catholic president because, you're going to have an allegiance to the Pope. And then we elected Kennedy and we got the fuck over it.
Right, but we're still, Catholics aren't committing fucking terrorist attacks. like
Yeah,
Islam
but
is.
again, none of the people in Dearborn or Queens have ever committed a terrorist attack in this
Not
country
yet.
either.
Not yet. But
Okay,
they're all
but
radicalized.
you
They hate
understand.
this.
Well,
they're all radicalized and they hate this country, but they're here living off of us.
you're saying they're all, and I'm telling you, I just gave you an example, and I know it's anecdotal, but I gave you an example of somebody who's not. You know,
Listen, there's got to
we
be
used
a
to call him
way.
Magoo because we used to bust his balls. His name's Mahmood, but we called him Magoo. Fucking that kid was a damage controlman on Truman for 4 years, man. I mean, he's a decorated Navy veteran. He served his country, and now he's raising kids and living and doing his thing out in California. And you're
He's
gonna say
the
that guy's got to
exception
go
to the
just
rule.
because his parents are from Pakistan? Come on, man.
So obviously he cherry picks what he wants out of the Quran and doesn't listen to the other shit.
Which is what almost every Christian does too.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Absolutely.
I can't argue with that. I mean, the fucking Westboro Baptist Church is a prime example.
Oh my
of
God.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
But listen, man, there is going to come a time in this country, and I think you and I are going to see it. I think it's going to be in our lifetimes. And I pray that it doesn't, to be quite honest with you. I don't want it to happen. I don't have any fucking fantasies of fucking, open war in my streets. Like I enjoy shooting on the range.
There are no streets near you anyway.
Yes, there is.
It's just
actually.
dirt road.
No, it's just
dirt
my
road and
road's a
hills.
Dirt road. I'm not too far from a major fucking city. But I don't want to see it happen. But I'll be honest with you. I believe in my heart. This is the thing that, when people say that I'm black-pilled about a lot of things, being black-pilled is not wishing for bad. It's being able to see the bad for what it is, point it out, and want it to change. You can't change anything unless you point it out and say, hey, you know what? This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. There's really nothing good going on. So let's do something to change that. If it was all of this stuff is wrong and fuck it all, let it all burn, then yes, being black-pilled would be a bad thing. My definition of black-pilled is looking at things for the reality for what they are. People suck. This country is in a fucking shit shape.
It's realpolitik, man.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't want it to stay that way. I want it to change. You have to fucking shine light on it so that you can do something about it. I am not. I'm a lot of things, dude, but I don't want the worst for this country. I want the best for this country. And the only way to achieve that is finding the things that are wrong and fixing it. And one of the things that I see in this country, I mean, dude, listen, my belief in this goes way, way, way back to SOD. Way back to 1985. Okay? And you know the song that I'm talking about. And they were talking about this in 85. This is where my SOD, MOD, I mean, dude, this is the shit that those are the politics of, you listen to something like that when you're 12, 13, 14 years old, and you really want to know what the fuck is going on. It's like everything that I've learned about politics when I was growing up was reading the lyrics for a song and being like, okay, and looking it up and investigating it then.
Yeah. But
watching
you know what?
The news.
What I would say is that, like, I totally understand what you're saying. If I look back on the stuff that I listened to when I was a kid, when I was first becoming I guess what you call politically conscious, whatever. I'm listening to the Sex Pistols. I'm listening to Fear. I'm listening to all this stuff, and I'm basically I thought when I was 15 years old, I'm a fucking anarchist. I think that everything is wrong. You know what I mean? Fuck all these people. No matter what system you create, it sucks, and I don't want to be part of it. But then you grow up and you realize that, you know what? The Churchill comment that I'm not sure if he ever actually said, but it's attributed to him.
It's attributed to him, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hirohito supposedly said you can't invade mainland America because behind every blade of grass there's an American with a gun, and that's attributed to him.
That's not the one I was thinking of. But the one I was thinking of was he said democracy is the worst form of government except for every other form of government. You know what I mean? So it's the best of the bad bunch, and you realize that as an adult, like it's not feasible to just not have a government and fucking throw shit around everywhere and everything will take care of itself. You have to have something. And I think that democracy, a democratic republic like we have, is the best way to go. I don't think there's a better, I don't want to live in a communist country. I don't want to live in, a fascist country. I don't want to live in an anarchist country. We've got the best thing going, but it's imperfect and it sucks sometimes, and we have to fucking fix it whenever we can. It requires constant maintenance, That's the thing about democracy and a republic that is uncomfortable, is that we always have to fix it. It's like a fucked up car. You know what I mean? It may get you to where you want to go, but you may have to do some damn maintenance on the way.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
Fuck. Hey, dude. Okay, cool.
Welcome to the show, Reno.
Hey, thanks.
So for anybody that's wondering what I'm talking about, SOD came out with a song called Fuck the Middle East in 1985. And the lyrics are, fuck the Middle East, there's too many problems. They just get in the way, we can sure live without them. They hijack our planes, they raise our oil prices. We'll kill them all and have a ball and end their fucking crisis. This is 1985. So if you guys think that, any of this shit is just a new thing, you are sadly mistaken. This is the entirety of their religion. And yes, you know what? Again, we started this off by saying only 10% of the supposed 2 billion Muslims in the world are radical jihadists. But that's 200 million. And that's a lot. And that's a scary fucking number. That is 200 times more people that are radicalized than we have in our military, in the entirety of our military.
Yeah, I think that in the last, since 9/11, we've gotten pretty good at stopping any kind of massive casualty situation in the United States when it comes to Islamic terrorists. No, but I think the reason that we haven't had them is because we have gotten good at it. So I don't think we need to go buck wild about trying to up the ante when this stuff. We're already doing the job. So to me, it's not really an issue. We need to keep doing what we're doing, but I don't think we need to do more.
So we have 600,000 that came over during Biden's administration. 600,000 that were
one guy did something crazy, man. Seriously.
Well, no. 600,000 came over unvetted.
Who were helping us.
That we know, illegally through the southern border, along with all of the Mexicans.
Okay.
Well, I'm talking about Islamists, dude. 600,000 that we know of,
right,
that were unvetted. First of all, they were gotaways, and they're known terrorists. So what? 600? Do you know what 1,000 terrorists could do to this country right now if they decided? Just 1,000.
Yeah, but the thing is that's not going to happen because that's not true.
Yeah, of course it's true.
Okay, where did you get the information from? I'm just asking. Because if you're going to say there were 600,000, are you saying 600,000 known terrorists came through the southern border?
600,000. No. That's not what I said. I'm
confused. So I'm just asking.
Let me be clear. We're talking 600,000 members of Islam that came through, right, illegally, unvetted,
through the southern border.
Okay, and gotaways. There was last I read there was 150,000 that came through the northern border, fucking 2 hours from me, in Vermont, and they're still catching them today. because we're not having any. There's no Mexicans coming in through Canada.
Well, hopefully
It's
they end
Chinese
up
and-
on your mountain and they blow.
Oh, please let them.
That dude's got that fucking mountain fucking wired, son.
Absolutely. Are you shitting me? No, that's just a joke for the FBI handlers. I don't have any explosive devices around.
The FBI has had me for a while. They know I'm joking.
But of the 600, there are known terrorists that they do know that came through with those 600,000 people and their gotaways. So my point is this: even if 100 of them are fucking terrorists, what could 100 terrorists do to this country right now if they coordinated an attack in all 50 states?
I'm just saying none of that has ever happened, and I don't understand.
We would have never thought that 9/11 would happen.
No, of course not. So your solution to the fact that there might be some terrorists in this country is to get rid of every single Muslim
out. And if you want to come back, you go through a heavy vetting process. Absolutely.
Heavy
100%.
vetting? Is that like heavy petting? Like do we
could be
like you feel their titties and whatnot?
I'm not at the point where I am not at the point where I want to fire up the trains.
Yeah, well, you sound like you are.
No, I'm not there yet.
I mean, you're the one who brought up the trains, but I'm going to say you do sound like you are.
The trains. It's the trains.
You're going to call you Choo Choo Patriot instead of...
Yeah, well, whatever, man. You know what? I look at them as a direct threat to this country. I look at them as a direct threat to our sovereignty, to our culture, to American exceptionalism and Western civilization. They are a direct kinetic threat to this country. You can't look at it any other way.
I'm going to put this out there. There is a I did see something on my brief scroll through X today that one of the guys was stopped by a Muslim that owns a hot dog stand. So don't full screen me.
One of the guys was stopped by a Muslim. You mean in Australia?
Yeah, he was stopped by a Muslim that owns a hot dog stand. So, I mean,
yeah, that's you kind of prove my point a bit. Like, not every Muslim actually believes that. I mean, they may be nominally Muslim, but like for the first like 15 years, 16 years of my life, I was nominally a Catholic. I didn't believe in any of that shit. You know what I mean? Like my buddy, like I said, my buddy Magoo, we fucking used to like eat fucking pork all the time together.
Yeah, like
we ate fucking hot dogs and shit. He was a Muslim, but not necessarily practicing at the time. There are plenty of Jewish people who eat pork, who and mix their food, who they're ethnically Jewish, but they're not practicing. Like there is no way to do what you're trying to do, Rob. Is what I'm saying. There's no way to figure out what. I mean, are we just going to say you have to be a certain religion to be in this country? Because I think that's going to fuck you up, because I don't think you're really a Christian, right?
Well, and I'm not going to agree with that either. I mean, this country was founded by freedom for all. I mean, that's guaranteed by us.
No, it was not. It was not.
Freedom for all. Yeah, it was. Absolutely.
No, that's bullshit. This country was founded by a bunch of people who came over because they didn't think there was enough restriction on religion in England. Yeah, right. So they had to come over here so that they could tell people what religion they had to be, because they weren't welcome in countries that actually had religious freedom. And if you don't understand that, I mean, being from New England, I can tell you, and having been to Salem 1,000 times, I can tell you that people who didn't believe the way that they believed, they got crushed by rocks or they got burned.
Well, let me clarify.
And hung and burned. So we didn't start this country on religious freedom. That's such a horse shit.
Right. Well, let me clarify what I mean. There's a document that was written and codified in 1776 that guarantees freedom of religion for all. So,
which you guys are trying to repeal.
I'm not trying to repeal it. I could give a fuck.
I think Rob is. You say freedom of religion for all, except Muslims, right? Except Muslims. Then you want to kick them out. So you want to amend the Constitution?
I don't believe that Islam is a religion. First of all, we got to get into
think it's an
that.
ideology instead of
It's absolutely an ideology.
Yeah,
it was
but
an
that's a piss
ideology
poor
that was
argument.
created to justify raping children and taking over the world.
I do believe
It's why the Catholic Church
Christianity justifies a whole bunch of shit that it shouldn't, including slavery and
okay, but there's one thing. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. You're not wrong, first of all, but they evolved. These fucking dirt dwellers, these you fucking cock-sucking fucking camera motherfucker.
Well, we can hear your cock-sucking mouth anyway.
Figure my shit out, so we'll see what it does.
No, the camera fucking overheated. I didn't turn the fucking fan on. Fucking $3,000 fucking camera. Is one job is to vlog. It is a vlogging camera, but it overheats.
Well, maybe if you'd quit farting in the studio, it wouldn't
I
get
don't
so
fucking
hot
fart in
there.
the fucking studio. Anyway, the fact is that Christians evolved out of that. They've moved on from that, and you admitted that at the very beginning of this.
I did.
We don't have Christians. We don't have Catholics. We don't have Protestants or Baptists or anybody that falls under the umbrella of Christianity, blowing up buildings, wearing suicide vests. Well, I can't say raping children.
You definitely can't.
I wasn't going to say that. Yeah. We don't have them. You know,
the Protestants are catching up to that, though. They're catching up with the rape.
They have. Yeah. They're doing a good job.
Yeah.
So we don't have Christianity that's doing that. We don't have Jews that are fucking blowing up buildings.
No, they're just dancing after they do it.
The World Trade Center.
Yeah, well, actually, hold on a second. You said that Jews aren't blowing up buildings? They're blowing up buildings in God. They're blowing up
I don't care about that. So I don't care about that. That's not here. I only care about this country. I am America only. How many times have you heard me say that? I don't give a fuck what's going on in the other around the world. I care about what's going on here. I want to fix
the
us
attitude
first.
we had before World War II that caused a disaster that we had to address. Yeah. This American isolationism is just not a great idea, Rob.
I don't believe in total isolationism forever. I'm talking about isolationism until we fix our own shit. And we have a lot to fucking fix.
Yeah, but what's the parameters of fixing our own shit?
Well, I don't know. Maybe not sending $700 million to Israel.
I'm with it.
Yeah, I got you on that. I'm with you on that.
So, and this is where the my compatriots in the MAGA movement say, call me a fucking communist the other day. Me, a communist.
Did you own it?
No.
Fuck, dude. Just
no.
Dude.
Own it.
Call me whatever
and
you
I'm
want.
Like, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Just because I go, hey, we shouldn't be sending right now. We should not be sending $700 million to fucking Israel. That is a conservative mindset.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That money needs to be here. And even though Trump says, oh, well, you know, we send you guys money, but it still ends up back in our factories. Why go through all the bullshit of that process when that money needs to be spent here? I care more about our veterans that are homeless and on the streets than I do anybody over in Israel or fucking Pakistan or Gaza. Fuck those motherfuckers. I don't give a shit. Let them all fucking die for all I care. It's not going to affect me. But you know what? When I go down the street and I know that there's fucking 3 or 4 veterans that are living in the woods and it's fucking 10 below zero out here, that's what I care about. Those guys sacrificed for this country and deserve more than anybody else in this around the world does.
Well, you know,
there are plenty of men and women who were affected through COVID who have never fucking recovered, living in shelters, not even veterans, American citizens who worked their asses off their whole entire life, had their entire fucking companies, their jobs that they worked decimated through COVID because of that fucking bullshit. Those people need to be helped out and put back on get back on the fucking horse again. I don't want to send $700 million to fucking Israel. I don't want to send hundreds of millions of dollars over to Ukraine because Ukraine can go fuck itself. Ukraine is the reason why they're getting their asses fucking pummeled by fucking Russia.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Why is Ukraine the reason that Russia invaded?
Because
Ukraine?
you know what? The Donbass wants to be part of Russia. I'm not. We're not going to do. We'll do another episode on this where I can provably.
Yeah,
those
I'd
people
like
still
to. I'd like to
speak-
do that.
Those people still speak Russian. They want to be part of Russia.
This is the same goddamn argument that Hitler made about the
And if
Sudetenland
Ukraine,
in Germany.
Ukraine would just be like,
Yes,
oh,
it
you
is.
know what?
Well,
It's the
honestly,
same argument.
in the Donbass region, they're actually ethnically Russian, but it's, I mean, you know.
And they want to be back and part of that again, and Ukraine just doesn't want to give it up.
I don't give a fuck about Ukraine.
But you know what? At the same time,
That's like saying a bunch of people in fucking
I
Texas
don't want to
speak fucking Spanish, so they should be part of Mexico. That's
well, let
horseshit.
Mexico try. Let Mexico try.
You're right.
What's going to happen to them?
now it's just
the same thing that happened
might
to
means
fucking
right?
Mexico
Is that what
what's
it
happening
is?
in the fucking Ukraine. Yeah.
So might
that's
means right.
You goddamn right.
Okay, well then
We took this
live in
country by force.
You know what? You know another problem is
The Native Americans are a conquered people.
and
Barry is going fucking buck wild in the comments right now.
one of the reasons we send so much money over there to Israel is because we've got U.S. politicians that are taking $233,395 from AIPAC.
Could not
Eye-Patch
agree with you more,
McCain.
man.
Eye-Patch McCain. There you go.
Dude, we all agree that AIPAC shouldn't. Yeah, there goes my camera now. Fucking
look at me! I'm the only one can move.
Patty's stuck looking like he got fucking stuck. He got a dick in his ass.
it just shows me black. It shows you a freeze frame.
Yeah.
I can fix that. Hold on. Suckers.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
That's funny, Barry. Now, listen, man. You know, I haven't really gotten fucking fired up, and I'm fired up about this shit, man. I'm tired of our country supporting every other country on the planet while Americans are languishing. Americans are suffering, and that bothers me.
There's always an exception to rules, right? So I'm not going to say that every Jew is a hand-rubbing merchant trader that is trying to subvert our government. There are always exceptions to the rules. I'm not going to say that every Muslim is a suicide vest wearing Islamic jihadist. But,
And you just did.
But there are exceptions to the rules, right? So, I mean, yeah, we did the math earlier. 200 and something thousand or million.
200 million.
200 and something million Islamic radical jihadists is that's a quite substantial money. And now you got your camera back, so now we can just make fun of Rob for being president.
I use the other camera now.
But I can say overwhelmingly that Islam is not compatible with Western values and the way that we built our country.
Look, I think that anybody who is radically into their religion is not compatible with a country that values religious freedom.
I can agree with that too, because there are. I mean, look at Westboro Baptist Church. I mean, they're not.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a perfect example, and Rob mentioned that earlier. Yeah,
both ways.
Yeah, those people are fucking lunatics, and they don't represent Christianity any more than I think that the wacko, jihadists represent Islam, right? So
I just want both sides to have fun.
Say what?
I just want both sides to have fun. That's it.
Yeah, but I think we define fun as different things. Like Rob's idea of fun would be to go out and like shoot people.
That's not true.
No, it's not true. I know it's not true. It's
not even close to true.
Rob's idea would be go out and shoot cans in the backyard or whatever. Some Mexicans, Africans, those kind of cans. But, my idea of fun would be to like go play baseball. Reno's, I have no idea what your idea of fun would be. You play some video games or some shit.
Masturbate while listening to Pink Pony Club.
Yeah. So have any of you guys heard about this this World War debate business? Yeah.
Yes, I'm already registered.
I am too, but I'm on the fence about whether to go or not. You're going to go all the way. You're going to go to Atlantic City. Atlantic City does not. It's not a long trip for you, but it's not the kind of place that I would imagine you like going to.
Atlantic City? No, I'm not a gambler.
What is this?
Yeah,
what
I mean,
a shithole.
Talking about what is it?
Oh, it's a shitty city. We could maybe hang out in Jersey.
No, I know what Atlantic City is. I get. What is this World War debate?
I don't know. He put it in the chat, and you haven't seen it. So it's this thing where I guess the War Boys got a a booth there, and we're not going to be debating this time, but we're going to be representing the studio.
Is it in text? Is it in the group chat?
Yeah, it's in the group chat.
Fucking retarded, dude. I could disconnect during the weekend.
So you click on
Patty's
it, you
the
register.
type that collects stamps. I don't collect stamps. What do they call that? A philatelist? Or it sounds
I
like
have no idea, dude.
a philanthropist.
No,
there's something that weird. With a stamp collector, someone Google stamp collector. Someone in the chat Google stamp collector and find out what the actual term is. Because I don't know why I look like a guy who collects stamps. I collect baseball cards.
What is the stamp collector called?
The official term is a fucking nerd.
A stamp collector is called a philatelist. Philately is the name for the hobby itself, which involves collecting and studying stamps, along with related
It
items.
Sounds like cocksucker, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it really does. See?
Oh shit! Here we go. I think those are the fucking fighting words right there, Patty, for you.
Oh well, I happen to know Tulin, and I know he's fucking around. He's I've met him at several events over the years.
I think that's the shortest sentence I've ever heard Tulin say.
Yeah, I know. He normally writes us a book for everything.
Listen, man, I am an America only guy. I'm not an America first. I'm an America only. I want us to be able. Listen, I do agree that we have to have a presence on the worldwide stage, but understand that this has been so mired down in bullshit and money schemes and Ponzi schemes, and for the last 40 or 50 years, some people will say 70 years. I don't have the knowledge of 70 years ago. Wasn't on this planet. But I do know that we have spent more time helping other countries. And what have we actually done with what have these countries that we send this money to, have they evolved in any way? No, it's still the same old bullshit, dude. We are just wasting money.
Yeah, I think that the money that we send overseas to different countries can be better spent in within the United States. We have a major homeless problem. We have a major drug addiction problem.
I think that's a completely reasonable, attitude to take. However, I would just say say we do take that money back, right? And instead of giving foreign aid, we spend it here. I have a feeling that the Republicans would call it communism if we give it to poor people, right?
Well, you're hearing a Republican saying the exact opposite of that.
No, I think that so say we start subsidizing, veterans with mental illnesses or whatever, which I think we should do.
We should
wholly, but I guarantee there's going to be some conservative Republicans like Art Laffer and all the people who advise Trump who are going to be like, well, that's fucking communism. They didn't earn that money. And
well, of course they did.
We're going to end up in the same. I agree with you, but I just don't think that would be the idea of repurposing the money. It only matters if you tell me what you want to spend it on. Because that's fine if you want to repurpose it, but just tell me what you're going to spend it on, and then make me believe that the Republicans in Congress would actually do that.
All right, here's a perfect example. This is the analogy for this. You know the story between Dan Crenshaw and Eddie Gallagher, and what happened?
Yeah. No, I know that you guys hate Dan Crenshaw, but I don't know who Eddie Gallagher is.
So Eddie Gallagher is a teams guy.
Sir, it's iPad cocaine. Don't call that man by his nickname.
Okay, so Eddie Gallagher was brought up on charges for something that happened overseas. He was sitting in jail languishing, and by all metrics, it was a lie. Okay.
Oh, you're talking about the war crimes guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
So,
and everybody in his platoon testified against him, right?
No. Everybody in his platoon actually fucking for him.
Was he?
He was released. He was released,
steal, right?
He was released.
Yeah, he was released. So
was he a steal? Yeah.
Yes. Eddie. He was a steal.
He was.
That's why I said he was part of the teams. Yeah. So he went to Dan. He went to Dan Crenshaw, and I remember when this happened. And Dan Crenshaw did everything in his power to try to fucking sink him, even though he knew that it was fucking bullshit. All right. So with all of this information about Patrick McCain, the people of Texas in his district should have absolutely 100% voted for him. If there is a conservative, quote unquote, a Republican or quote unquote conservative that says that our military veterans should not get financial help if they're fucking homeless, then we, as the conservative movement, should vote them the fuck out and vote somebody in that more aligns with our mindset. Dan Crenshaw should have never fucking won.
I'm not a big fan of this whole movement, and it's usually within the right side of the political spectrum. That everybody that puts on a uniform of the military of the United States is a good person, and Dan Crenshaw,
because we both know that that's not true.
Dan
Yes, we
Crenshaw
know that that's not true.
example of that. The things that he's done, or Patrick McCain is a shining example of that because of the things that he's done in the past. But the problem is that the average Republican voter doesn't follow politics that way. They just say, "Oh, well, this guy was in the military; he must be a good guy." But
which
Dan
isn't
Crenshaw is obviously one of the most self-serving pieces of shit that sit
And with him
in Washington.
I've always been curious about that, though. Why do you guys? And I'm not making I have no love for Dan.
He was supposed to be the
Crenshaw.
savior, right? So he was supposed to be the savior for them, and
then he came out pro red flag law, and that was it. That was it for me. Like that's what started me down the fucking rabbit hole of who the fuck this asshole was.
Okay, so that would completely, annul
That
his
is against
service.
conservative. Not his service. There's a difference. All right. There are people who did.
No, I'm just asking. I'm not.
No. I would never disparage somebody's service. If you went overseas and you fought and you did what you did for this country, your service is separate from what you're doing now.
Sure.
So what he's doing as a member of Congress is diametrically opposed to conservative/Republican values, which puts a stain on his service. But I would never disparage somebody's service while they were in the military.
Well, I would just say it may.
Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? Is that we looked at him like he? All right,
I could
we got a
understand
Navy
that,
SEAL.
except I would make one little change to that. It puts a stain on his service as a congressman.
Yes,
but
that's what I'm
service as a military.
That's why I was trying to. That's what I was trying to say at the end of that was that I'm not putting. I'm not. It's not a stain on his service when he was serving in the military. It's a stain on his service and who the fuck he became once he got into office, and then he started getting all of the AIPAC money and all of the insider trading. So you got somebody like Sean Ryan, whether you like him or not, calls this out on his show. Patty says, "Listen, there is a congressman. Didn't even name him." That is on his 40th birthday is paying $500,000. Well, this is, I'm not sure that's 100%, but I saw that this is what he books for. This is all of the investigation I've done. Steve Aoki gets $500,000. Barry was telling us on the show the other day that 10 years ago the guy was getting $125,000 to book a show. What do you think he's getting? Fucking 10 years later. So he's getting $500,000.
Barry once told me that he got $125 to dance down at the Gigolo Club, and I was like, "This is
that's $125. That's $125,
okay.
Not $125,000." So now where does somebody, and this should be for all representatives, conservatives and Democrats, where does somebody who gets $174,000 a year able to afford $500,000 for a DJ on his 40th fucking birthday? Where does that money come from? We should all be asking these questions.
Hey, you don't have to convince me of that, man.
I don't give a fuck who you are. I will absolutely fight any fucking MAGA or supposed conservative any day of the week. And I guess this is what makes me a fucking communist, because I'm going against the fucking grain. I'm not going to sit here and fucking suck down the fucking prescribed narrative from my side or any side for that matter. I want to know where our congressmen are getting all of this money, how they're becoming fucking multimillionaires. So Sean Ryan says this on his show and says very, very specifically, this guy, this congressman, he doesn't name him, but obviously when you say something that's true and it triggers a guilty party, they have to come at you, even if you don't say their name. And boy, do I know this really fucking well. But when you say something that's factual and questions it like fucking Sean Ryan did, he sends him a cease and desist letter from his lawyer, first of all, and second, literally threatens him with fucking SEAL Team 6 guys. Now, he says, but so the guys in the teams would know this, obviously better than I would. And I don't think Sean Ryan's making this up. He says some of the guys, Dan Crenshaw sent him a message like a fag on Instagram. I'm sure he's got access to Sean Ryan's fucking phone number or his studio number or able to text him. But he sends him a message on fucking Instagram like a bitch saying that some of the guys in 6 were telling me you were talking smack.
Oh, I heard you were talking horrible about me.
I can tell you just from my experience in the Navy that on 3 or 4 different ships, there were SEALs that I was in close proximity with, and I can tell you what they told me.
Did they run through you better than a regular seaman did?
That's good. I like that one. I can tell you, and I quote: This is the entirety of what they told me. They don't say shit.
Yep.
They don't talk. They don't fucking brag.
So
they don't talk
do you
about.
Do you agree that would be a veiled threat? That is a veiled threat to Sean Ryan.
I guess it is. But all I would say is that I think that a lot of people have this weird version of, like, they watch too many movies and they think that SEALs and like the Delta guys and all this stuff and
well, Delta doesn't exist. They will tell you that they don't exist.
Of course, it doesn't exist. But
I asked the Delta guy.
Those guys don't like. And I know they were a little more like guarded because I was a journalist and they're not going to go near me. And I mean, they went near me, but they just wouldn't talk to me. But I never asked them questions because it was understood that, like, you don't ask those guys questions because it's none of your business what they do. And even if they told you, you couldn't report it because you work for the fucking. We're on the same team. We're not doing, we're not fucking with each other. But there was no, like, even when we're out drinking and stuff like that, none of those guys tell stories and talk shit like you see in the movies. Like, this is not like, everybody has this, not everybody, but a lot of people have this cartoonish idea of what the military is, and like everybody's some kind of fucking badass and everybody's perfect. It's all silly.
They got it in their head by Hollywood, dude.
Right. There are too many goddamn movies about this stuff, and some of them are really fun. I like Top Gun, right? Who doesn't?
Top Gun was great. Maverick was fucking awesome.
I mean, if you think that any of that represents even closely what actually happens, that's okay. So let's look at the movies as the movies. We don't think that the shit that happened in Game of Thrones really happened in medieval fucking times. I really worry about we're getting so far off the beaten path that we believe that all these guys, there are some
Act of Valor actually happened. That was a great fucking movie.
There are some ex-SEALs who talk a bunch of shit, who say things they shouldn't say, like Jesse Ventura and I forget the idiot's name who says that he shot bin Laden. Maybe he did, I don't know, but whatever. The guy takes credit for that. There are people who talk shit, but they're the small minority of these guys, and we shouldn't believe everything everybody says about this stuff.
At the end of the day, you have to realize that they're fucking a human too, and they put their pants on one leg at a time. Except for me, I jump into mine. So, but
well, you only have one leg, so it's easier.
Yeah, it's
right.
It's really easy.
So my whole point of that diatribe was, I will question anybody. I am not going to just sit here and be like, oh, well, he's a Republican, I'm not going to question him because he's on my side. That's bullshit. I have never been like that. I will never be like that. I will never suck down the prescribed narrative. I will never be fucking, entranced by somebody's fucking position in our government. I'm just not going to do it. And if you're profiting, listen, first of all, I don't have any problem with insider trading. I don't really give a shit about the stock market, to be quite honest with you. You know what? Profit, whatever. But I think that if you're in Congress, I think, and I believe that when you have that much money thrown at you, it skews what you should be doing.
Yeah, you no longer become a representative.
You're not a representative anymore. You're representing yourself.
Absolutely.
And I still think that serving in Congress, $174,000 is still too much fucking money. Now, obviously, people will argue with me. Well, look at all the work they do. Yeah, show me the work that they've done. Show me how much work has been done for that $175,000 of your tax dollars. Show me. You can't, because nothing is getting done. And I'm fucking tired of it, man. I'm tired of our own side going, you know what? Whatever the government says we're going to do. This is not who we are. This is not what conservatives are supposed to be. We are supposed to be questioning fucking everything, especially if our representatives are fucking captured by foreign fucking money.
That's exactly what they are. They're a lot of our,
and it's not just AIPAC. So
no, there's not
before anybody thinks that this is going to go off on a fucking a Jew rant, it's not. It's Qatar. It's fucking the United Emirates. I mean, all of these countries have so much fucking power, sway, and influence in our country with our fucking and with our representatives that nothing is getting done for us, the American fucking people. And you know what? We need a revolt of some kind. We need some sort of revolt so that the powers that be fear us once again, because that was always the intended purpose, that our representatives and the people that write our laws are supposed to fear the people that they represent. Fear. And you take it however you want. Fear not having your position. But you know what? We have become too complacent, too apathetic to fucking pull our heads out of our asses and get rid of these motherfuckers. This is why somebody like fucking, oh my God, I've said his name. Lindsey Graham has continually gotten voted in. When you have somebody like him who is a piece of shit, who does nothing for North Carolina, who does nothing for this country as a fucking whole, you continue, South Carolina, sorry. You continue to fucking vote this fucking scumbag in because you're apathetic. You're too complacent.
Lindsey Graham, I just got myself a nice baguette. That I just picked up from my Instacart order. That's why I had to leave. So, Lindsay, this one's for you. I'm sure you'd be down.
He's going to take that whole thing down at once.
If you fried that thing, would it be a faggot?
Oh, didn't. As a good.
And you know what? If anybody on my side wants to challenge me on this, you come right the fuck on here and challenge me. Because you know what? If you're fucking, if you are so fucking beguiled by our system and the people that are running this, that you can't see the forest through the fucking trees, then you should stop calling yourself a fucking conservative.
Man, and it's not just the right side. The left side does it too, dude. The majority of voters do not pay attention to politics. They vote down party lines.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true.
They don't give a shit, dude. Unless you go into their house and start fucking with their shit, they're not gonna pay attention. They don't fucking care.
For all the shit that's wrong with Patty, he voted for Bush.
I did not vote for Bush. Fucking asshole.
He said he got drunk and fell in a bush.
I did one time. I definitely did that. Definitely did that. Not this week, but maybe last. No, I did not vote, but I voted for Charlie Baker for governor twice.
I know you did. I'm busting your fucking balls, but I always call Charlie Baker Bush Light.
I think
Charlie Baker was a Bush Light.
Yes, he was.
Bush Light was terrible, by the way. Do they still make that?
We ventured on the path of why we came on this.
Isn't it just say light on it? Isn't that Bush? No. Bush is to hell with the mountain. Show me your bush. Isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know if they make Bush Light beer.
I never drank any of that fucking swill anyway.
Yeah.
I never drank light fucking beer. When I was drinking beer, I was drinking fucking heavy duty shit. Yeah, I was a Guinness guy.
Bush Light was disgusting. But
I'm a fucking guinea that only drinks fucking Mick beer.
You know what? I found this I found this YouTube channel with this girl who makes fucking Italian food, and she does shorts, like the less than a minute videos. They're absolutely amazing because she's like the first person I've seen doing this who actually speaks Italian. She's American, but her Italian is perfect, right? So she was
Mhm.
obviously raised by Italians. She's like first generation, and she can speak it, and she's drop dead gorgeous. By the like, so she's way too young. Like, I mean, she's like in her early 20s or something, but she's speaking Italian and having lived in Italy. Like, it always drives me crazy when I hear people say like mozzarella or gabagool or all this other shit. I'm like, that's not Italian. That is not Italian. That's not how you say
I
it.
know,
No, it's not how you
Those
say
are
it.
not fucking words, man.
No,
Those
Italian
are made up
Hey,
nonsense.
this fucking guy over here is fucking.
Yeah,
fucking
and it's bullshit. And
no, that's
some of
Italian. That's
And
true.
sauce is not fucking sauce. It's gravy, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Get it
But
straight.
this chick actually speaks Italian properly and makes the food, and I cannot stop watching the videos. I just sit there and stare at them for like
Oh, she's really
half
skinny,
an hour.
right?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and normally I'm not like I'm more into like the
And
thicker
when
girls,
you-
but
But you simped over this chick. Dude.
When you guys go to an Italian restaurant and you see in the menu where it says pasta fagioli, it's
pasta
fagioli.
fagioli. Yeah, right.
Fagioli or fagioli.
So
If
now
you're
I went
Sicilian, you say fagioli.
I went out the other night and I have discovered what is it, penne alla vodka. And I love that shit. That's
What is it?
Penne alla vodka. It's like
Yeah, and
you've never had that before?
that's Italian. That's straight up Italian right there. He's a fucking guy. It's a fucking penne alla vodka.
Italian vodka?
I don't know what the fuck it was. It was at an Italian restaurant, so I
No,
think
it's vodka sauce, penne alla vodka. It's just
Oh! I thought he was talking about the actual like drinking vodka.
No,
Somehow I missed the first part of it.
yeah. I'm drinking vodka.
Oh yeah, vodka sauce.
Yeah, it's just a light sauce. It's
yeah,
not,
well, I've
it's
never
not
had
a
it.
hard red sauce.
Amazing.
You never
Yeah,
had it
the
before?
marinara.
Nope. That
Wow.
was really good.
I guess when you grow up in the Northeast, like you just get exposed to that stuff so early that you just take it for granted that everybody else knows what that is, and then you realize, oh shit, this is weird. It's like I remember
trying to get good Italian food in the South.
Jesus, Roger Stone took us all out to a pizza place in fucking Florida, right down in Tampa.
Yeah,
I think it was actually Clearwater, right? After he did a book signing thing, and there's a big Proud Boys event. This is like 2019, early 2019, and he had this pizza place open up just for all of us when they were already closed, and so they brought out pizza and whatnot, and it was like fucking ketchup on a donut. And I'm like, this is like, I appreciated the fact that he opened the place up because, it was nice of him to do that. But I was like, God damn, Roger, how much time you spend in New York? You think this is pizza? And he knew damn well it wasn't pizza.
How far do you live from the North End?
What, about 4 miles, 5 maybe, maximum?
Dude, you need to go and try Not Your Mother's Cutlets.
Yeah,
Have you tried it yet?
I think
No,
no.
I don't think I
have
have.
to.
I don't
You
think I
have to.
Okay, all right.
Okay, and Islam is not compatible with Western values.
No, it's not. It's not compatible with Western civilization. It's not.
Not with pizza, it's not.
I gotta be the fucking.
I don't think.
Yeah, no, we got to get back on track, I guess. Now, listen, man, people when also the capitulating fucking morons out there that like when we started, Patty, like only 10% are radical. That's 200 million radical fucking Islamists in this world.
All right, I understand.
That's 2/3 of the amount of people that live in the entirety of America.
All right.
That's a scary, sobering number.
I'm just saying we've done a pretty good job of protecting ourselves against it for a long time. And I don't think we need to enact some sort of police state any more than we have. I mean, you and I
don't
both
think that
agree
either.
the Patriot Act is disgusting, right?
Yeah,
but most of that
I
was
knew back
supposedly.
I knew back then that it was going to be weaponized against us because I don't trust our government. I definitely didn't trust Bush. No. I voted for him because I wasn't voting for Al Gore, period.
Why?
Do you think honestly there was a real difference between now looking back?
No, I don't
Do you think there's a difference between Al Gore and George Bush?
No, absolutely not. But you know what?
I voted for Nader. So I like it, whatever. But
I was standing on
it
principle
wasn't.
because I hated his fucking wife.
So you
and I
voted
fought the
party
fucking
Yes,
PMRC
and I
my whole life.
understand that I understand. Tipper and the
you voted party line.
Say what?
I said, so you voted party line, Rob.
No, I voted independent that year. I voted.
Rob.
I
You said
voted for.
you're not voting for Gore. So you voted party line.
No. I needed to. I felt at that moment in my life I needed to vote. Like I knew I still believed that my vote mattered, and and no matter what, I didn't care who it was. I wasn't voting for Al Gore because of his wife. Period.
Well,
the PMRC was that influential in my politics. So I voted for Bush. The second time, I abstained from voting.
Yeah,
first time in my life.
The first place you fucked up is believing that your vote actually counted in federal election.
Well, 26 years ago, I believed that. And most of us did 26 years ago. Still had a glimmer of fucking hope. But after that, I didn't vote for him. I abstained from voting the second time. So I learned through those 4 years, my youth, growing up the way I grew up with, the culture and the music I grew up with, shaped a lot of most of all of my politics up to that point. After 9/11 and after the fucking Patriot Act, I really truly saw the government for what it was. That there were two sides of the same coins. And that nothing we do is ever going to fucking change anything.
Well, I mean, in federal elections, go listen, dude. They already know who's going to be president next election.
Yep.
They already know. Federal elections.
Well, they're trying to run fucking Pete Buttigieg.
Your vote,
Buttigieg, whatever the fuck his name is. He's the fucking leading contender.
Your vote counts by
You
your
really think
state
that
and your fucking.
He's going to be the nominee?
He's the leading.
He's a smart guy. He's a good politician. I don't discount him.
What?
You think that Pete Buttigieg is not a smart guy?
No, I think he is smart. I don't like his politics.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I don't like his politics, but at the same time, what did he do when he was transportation secretary? Look at the people of South Bend. They're like, Jesus Christ, why did we fucking vote for this dude? He did nothing then. It was just a title for him.
The fact that he didn't do nothing doesn't mean that he's
I'm not saying he's not smart.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, I mean, look, man, have an argument with him politically and you're probably going to get your ass kicked. Like he is a really, really good politician. So I'm saying, like, look, George Bush didn't accomplish shit as governor of Texas, and he got elected president. I don't know Donald Trump never was even in charge of anything, and he got.
I think that's why he got elected.
Barack Obama was only a senator for 2 years before he started running for president. So, like,
Barack Obama was always going to win.
Well, what I'm saying is we have never had a standard that you have to have a lot of accomplishments to be president. Jesus Christ. We've had a shitload of people who have accomplished absolutely nothing and become president. So if you think that Pete Buttigieg can't be president because he hasn't had a lot of accomplishments,
I don't put anything.
I'm telling you that that's ridiculous.
I don't put anything past anything now, so it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not. So I don't trust the system so much that I think that they don't already know. They already know who's going to be the next president.
Oh yeah,
we elected a reality TV star president. So
right.
From now on, nobody gets to say you're accomplished.
No, we set the precedent when we elected a fucking movie star.
Yep. Well, I mean, yeah,
we set the precedent.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan.
Bro. Yeah, we set the precedent for that long ago, dude.
I mean, but I'm going to be honest with you, Ronald Reagan. Listen, dude, I liked Ronald Reagan, so I can't talk shit about Ronald. He did things that I don't agree with, but he did a lot of shit that I think helped this country. So,
yeah, Reagan's a mixed bag.
Yeah,
Reagan is definitely a mixed bag. When you talk to most of us Second Amendment absolutists, we'll tell you that Reagan was not a good president.
Reagan talking about the Brady bill and whatnot.
Yeah, he was very valuable for both sides.
Well, Brady,
you understand
Brady was in the 90s, but this was the 86 FOPA, the Firearms Protection Act, where
you said FOPA?
FOPA,
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 It's not FOPA. No, okay.
Oh yeah, I know some bitches with the fucking fupa. Oof.
Yeah, Barry included.
But yeah,
Barry's got a huge fupa.
I don't have a fupa.
yeah. But to believe that they don't already know.
I had a fupa one time.
That's they're gonna run JD Vance and
yeah, well, yeah, obviously.
I don't know who the fuck's the Democrats.
No, that's not obvious to me. I don't think that's obvious at all.
You don't think it's obvious that
No.
the Republicans are going to run JD Vance? They're absolutely going to run JD Vance, dude.
I don't think it's certainly a possibility. It may even be a probability, but it's definitely not a certainty.
So I don't know the answer to this. So that's why I'm asking, how many times in the history of this country has the vice president not gotten the nomination?
Okay, just in our lifetime, let's think about it. So
Reagan Bush is the first. I'm talking about in our lifetime.
Reagan Bush, and Clinton Gore.
Clinton Gore. Yep.
Quayle got a nomination.
Quayle did not get a nomination.
No.
Yeah, but Bush lost, so I guess that might not count.
Yeah.
Obama, Biden.
Right. Biden didn't run.
No, he didn't. I'm talking the second time. Oh no, the second time was Hillary. Hillary got the nomination. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, there's no guarantee that he gets it, and I just don't.
Yeah, Hillary got the nomination. In 15, right?
I just see the Republican Party fucking
getting behind Vance,
pushing any. Boy, I don't see him pushing anybody above Vance right now.
Well, here's the thing.
There's nobody in the Republican Party that.
Here's something I've noticed about MAGA as many times as I've been around to rallies and talking to people. Like, they feel almost the same way about Vance as they felt about Pence before January 6th. You have to let go of January 6th.
Bullshit.
No. Hold on a second. Let me finish. So before January 6th, people felt about Pence. They were like, yeah, okay. He's, maybe the successor eventually. And I think that's the way they feel about Vance now, but they're just not motivated about it. Now, I understand they hated Pence after January 6th and that, whatever.
No, bro, I'm telling you.
I just think that they're not enthusiastic about anybody who isn't Trump. Like, anybody who's not Trump is going to lose a shitload of enthusiasm. With Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio or JD Vance, all these stiffs are going to have the same. Oh, come on, man.
Vance is going to no. I'm not disagreeing. Hey, hang on. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I want to tell you from every single metric from back in the day, all the people a couple thousand people I used to ride with all the time in the Patriot Guard, right? So every single one of us was conservative. We were all voting for Trump. Every single person that I spoke to at any one of these meetups or any one of these bike events that I went to, where thousands and thousands and thousands of people there, nobody liked Pence. But they were willing to give it a fucking pass to get Trump into office. We were like, no, fuck Mike Pence. We all knew that he was a swamp donkey. We all knew that he was part of the fucking system. We knew that. But you know what? We were going, whatever. There's more enthusiasm for JD Vance than there ever was for Pence.
You have enthusiasm for JD Vance?
I'm not saying I'm talking about in MAGA. I'm talking about in MAGA. There was way more enthusiasm for JD Vance than there ever was Mike Pence. You got to think back.
I think there's more enthusiasm for the dentist office than there is for
negative
JD Vance. JD Vance is a stiff. He goes to the donut shop and he's a weirdo. He's a fucking stiff, man. Like,
it doesn't matter what you think of him. I'm telling you from MAGA's point of view, there is more enthusiasm for JD Vance than there ever was for Mike Pence.
Yes, and he's run.
Which is saying that's like being the tallest midget. Like, who gives a fuck?
And if he runs and if he wins, he's going to be another piece of shit fucking president. Just like all.
JD Vance will be president as soon as I am. That's just absurd.
Oh my God. We need to come back to this on November 28, 2028. I'm downloading this when we're done.
Absolutely.
I believe
first of all, I don't think he's going to be the nominee.
You could say that, dude, but fucking they said Trump would never be president. also. So
yeah, no. But Trump is a charismatic person, whether you like him or not. I don't like him, but I can't deny his charisma. He
but
has, right?
JD's gonna
But
get
damn,
JD's gonna
JD
get
Vance.
JD's gonna get Trump's endorsement, and then
I
fucking
don't think
the,
that's necessarily a certainty.
MAGA cult, and yes, I can say that.
I think he may decide to endorse somebody else.
In line with what Trump says.
What do you think will happen if he decides to endorse his son?
I mean, that could be a possibility.
Junior.
But I don't think it's going to happen.
Don
Really?
Jr.?
Are you certain about that?
I mean,
Look, I like Don Jr., but he is not president material.
I know he isn't.
Yeah, but what he's
why
saying
you like
is-
him.
what he's saying, Rob,
I believe that he would do more for, and this is not saying that it should be for the entire country. I'm just saying, as far as the values that I believe in, I think he would do more for the Second Amendment and the Second Amendment community in this country than any other fucking president. But it's not just about the Second Amendment. There's so many more things that this country needs to get dialed in and fixed. That it can't just be a one issue fucking.
You trust the guy who called Trump America's Hitler just a couple of years ago to carry on his fucking legacy? Come on, man, you don't even believe that. You know he's a bullshitter.
If Vance gets the nomination and then gets Trump's endorsement, I think that Junior would be the VP setting him up for a presidential run.
Jesus Christ.
But I don't like any of them, so it doesn't give me I don't give a fuck. But
well, the good news is you're going to lose anyway, so it's not.
Yeah,
not a big deal.
I can't disagree with you.
You're going to have to deal with a Democratic president next, and that's just a fact of the matter.
And this shit is going to...
Fuck it's going to be. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it's going to be, but I look, man, I'm a betting man, and I'm betting on it, and I usually win.
Everything that all these MAGA people are fucking celebrating now is going to get fucking dismantled.
It's funny. I was in a bar in DC during the inauguration, in a complete MAGA bar, right? Just surrounded. The bar beneath the Phoenix Landing hotel. And I was just sitting there around all these MAGA people who were all fired up. I mean, absolutely fucking fired up about Trump taking the oath and all this stuff. And I just looked around thinking, like, as soon as he took the oath, they were so overjoyed and just like everything is perfect all of a sudden. And I kept thinking, in 4 years, it's going to be the opposite. They're going to have to deal with the opposite. And are they going to take it as well as I did? Because I just stood there and I was like, yeah, you know what? He won. Fuck it. There's nothing I can do about it. We're going to deal with it. I'm going to take some photos and I'm going to go home to Boston. Right. But I don't think MAGA is going to be able to tolerate it when they lose next time, and they will lose next time. So we're going to see.
Well, this November,
again.
we'll see what happens this November. But I want to put this up on the screen real quick. Go ahead, go ahead, Reno.
It's already decided. They already know who's going to be the next president. So
So this aged,
I wish they'd tell me.
Yeah, no.
This did not age well.
Most of them are pretty dumb, like Barack Obama is the Nickelback of presidents. Look at this president! Look at this photograph! But everybody is talking about this one from @RealDonaldTrump himself.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point.
Most people agree that this video is pretty hilarious. Let's look at some of the comments. Mike Mlowski says he should have been a comedian because everyone is laughing at him as Prez. Mr. Sir Norway says, PewDiePie for president! Did he just do a phone drop instead of a mic drop?
At least I will go down as a president.
Oh boy, you guys underestimated him. That was probably one of the. Do you remember that, Patty?
Yeah, I do, but I don't understand how any of that is actually like.
Because you discounted it. Everybody discounted it from the
Oh, of
get-go.
course.
Barack
Of course.
Obama discounted
No,
the
no, no.
fact that he said straight the fuck out, at least I'll go down as being a president, meaning that you never will. And look what fucking happened.
No, I understand. Look, a lot of people point to the jokes that he made when he humiliated Donald Trump during the White House Correspondents' Dinner, which he used to like to go to every year, except when he was president, and then he won't, which is fucking amazingly hypocritical. But he busted his balls, and Trump got mad, and then he ran for president, and he won. And a lot of people think, man, if Obama hadn't made those comments, maybe he wouldn't have run. I think that's probably not true, but there's some, it could be possible, whatever. I don't give a shit. Like, Barack Obama and everybody else should feel absolutely no reason to fucking to not make fun of Donald Trump, because there's a lot of shit to be made fun of. Like yesterday when he flipped the coin at the Army Navy football game, except forgot to fucking flip it, which was bullshit. But I was glad at least. And oh, by the way, Reno,
fuck you.
Go Navy, beat Army. Fuck you. You lost. Anyway.
Oh, is that what happened yesterday?
Yes, it is what happened yesterday.
Is this somebody else doing this? Because I keep trying to get this off the fucking screen.
What, dude? I got it.
Not me doing anything.
Don't worry about it. I got it. Fucking.
Yeah, go Navy, baby.
Well, I get
like that.
Good for you, Navy guys.
Minute, dude. Yeah. At the last
heartbreaking 17-16 loss. That's going to be hard to swallow.
Ooh.
You know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It only matters to people from the Naval Academy and from West Point. That's who it matters.
I know. You know what? I got a friend of mine who laughs at me. Another guy I was enlisted with that I'm still friends with, and he busts my balls. He's like, "Why do you give a shit, man? They're officers. We didn't go to the academy." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's just the principle of the thing, man. Like it's Army Navy. I just want to see Navy win, but."
You want to support your branch. I mean, I understand that.
Yeah. It was a great game, though, regardless. It was
I wasn't rooting for Army, so.
Yeah. I honestly thought we were going to lose that game until about 30 seconds before it was over. And then
I mean, it's a football game. At the end of the day, that those guys, every one of those dudes on that field, have a commitment to the United States, and that's what makes it. That's what makes it so good, is that they can fight on the football field. And then after they graduate, they are their brothers in arms.
Yeah, and I can tell you that once those Marine officers get to their first ships, that all the Navy guys, that all the sailors that are on those ships are going to break their balls as hard as they possibly can. So, yeah.
And also when a guy graduates from West Point and goes to his unit, some staff sergeant's going to tell him to shut the fuck up.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Listen, I'm in charge. I'm the lieutenant. Shut the fuck up.
No, you're not. No second lieutenant gets to tell a fucking first sergeant what the fuck to do, and definitely no ensign gets to talk some shit to a chief, because that doesn't work. You don't.
All right. So I'm just going to add this to the scene real quick, guys, and then I guess we're going to call, unless you guys want to continue going on.
Yeah. This is
the Patriots Bills game is starting in like 5 minutes, so I got to go. So I'm going to go right now.
So this guy owns a hot dog stand.
This is the guy that's disarming the. I wish I could. Oh, I can. Okay, I can just do it a little bit. That takes a lot of fucking balls.
It does, absolutely.
And that's the thing. I wish Patty had not fucking bailed, but I'm going to take him off the fucking screen. Reno, honestly and truly, all right, get this off of the screen. Do you believe that this would have gone on as long as it did if the people of Australia weren't disarmed?
No, absolutely not. The problem is that we have we have guns in the United States, but I think that people are so scared to use them against certain things, that it takes time for things like that to happen. But had the Australians had guns, well, this is a perfect example of what happens when you disarm your people. You got people that obviously don't give a fuck about your gun laws, and they come into your country and they create a fucking massive terror attack, and you can't do a fucking thing about it.
Well, all I can say is if you're the praying kind,
Yep.
pray for the people that got shot, pray for their families.
Yep.
If you're not a praying kind, put out some positive energy because that's really all you can do. That's all any of us can do here. And I don't know, man. There's a YouTuber that I watch that you guys should watch. It's called Guns and Gadgets. The guy's name is Jared. He was a Douglas, Massachusetts police officer who took early retirement because he refused to go out on any red flag laws. He said they were patently unconstitutional, and he told his chief he wasn't going to do it. So he started a YouTube channel. It's called Guns and Gadgets. I'll say it again. And he owns a coffee company. It's Blackout Coffee. It's really good coffee. And he always ends his shows with stay vigilant, carry a gun to protect you, your family, and your loved ones. And I agree with that sentiment.
Yep. Also, if you want to listen, since you're plugging people's YouTubes, follow Black Scout Survival. I don't know if you guys know who.
Oh yeah.
That he's very direct, and if he sees something wrong, he fucking calls it out.
Yep, absolutely. All right, and if you want, follow my YouTube channel. If you go to @criticalmass1772, because for some reason, if you fucking type in critical mass, it doesn't come up. A bunch of other things come up because my channel is really small. So if you want to follow me on YouTube, not that I think YouTube's gonna go anywhere because my content is diametrically opposed to what YouTube wants, but it's good to see. I would appreciate it at Critical Mass 1772. And Reno, what's going on with your show, homie?
I'm waiting on video clips from every fucking person in this studio. I want you guys to understand that the only content creator for the Wool Boy Studio that has sent me a video clip would be Barry. And it's
all right, so explain to me now in front of everybody here. That way people that are listening can be like, no, Rob, that's not what he said. What is it exactly you want me to do?
I want you to send me a video clip of you coming into a door or laughing or whatever, like a 80s fucking sitcom intro.
Well, I'm not a stranger to self-deprecating humor. I guess I can figure something out.
It's a 10-second clip. It takes 10 seconds.
You know what I'll do? You know what I think I'll do? I'll recreate the scene where Lamont is getting out of the truck with my truck.
That'll work, dude. Fuck yeah, that'd be great. Guys, look, I don't know if you guys look. We're on the Newsbrief. I'm with.
Do you want it landscape or portrait? Landscape, I assume.
Yeah.
Always. Okay.
I'm on the War Boys Newsbrief with Patriot Rob, and everybody loves politics. And I don't know if you guys understand that I fucking hate politics. So that's not what my show's about. So,
I try to make my show not about politics. I want to talk about it in an abstract way. What the fuck is in my pocket?
I don't want to do any politics. I think everybody has to. What is it? Is it
a shell? It's a shell casing.
Oh, I want to listen. You have to disconnect from all this fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
There's so much bad happening in Washington, in the world, in our country, in other countries. There's so much bad fucking shit that happens that if you continually pay attention to this shit, it will eat you and fucking consume your life.
And that's why, dude, listen, that's why, damn well, that's why I've been off fucking X for the last 3 weeks, because
you have to sometimes disconnect from that. And I'm hoping by me making my show that you guys would watch it and just fucking laugh with me for a little while.
Oh, I'm so totally down with that. Yeah. Totally down. All right. Well, I will. I'll get that to you ASAP. I gotta actually go and fucking plow because we're snowed in here, dude. I think we got about another half a fucking foot of snow.
Holy fuck! It's 52 degrees here, so
Yeah, dude. It's a fucking complete whiteout. It wasn't supposed to fucking snow. I was supposed to be in fucking Massachusetts right now.
Sus. I don't have an
It's
exact
Seuss.
time. Or Seuss. Listen,
Seuss,
I don't
yes.
have an exact time yet because I mean I have the episode recorded. I'm just waiting to get my intro done. So I will put it out on my X. And
If I do this, if I'll record this today, how do you need to send me like an email address so you can get a high res copy of it?
you just text it to me. It works.
You're gonna get it high res.
Uh-huh.
All right, but you got to put the Sanford and Son music.
No, I'm not. I'm using because I'm only going live on X. I'm not going on YouTube because I care about y'all's YouTube channels. So I am using the Wonder Years theme song or a little help for my friends. So it's going to be done in that style, the intro. So
All right,
just
all right.
little small things, you know, to get everything uploaded. I've already got the episode recorded, so I just need.
All right, I'll get that. I'll get that to you today.
I got to get that to JD so he can make my intro. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. So
yeah, I gotta get a fucking mastered version of a mix because I was gonna use the music that I use for my show for my intro video, but the fucking cover of We'll Have Her Home Again came out so much better. I want to use that.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Yeah, I gotta finish it. I gotta fucking put the guitar solo in there. There's a couple of places where obviously you heard that my voice cracked that I gotta fix. And it's either I go back and re-record the vocals or be fucking lame and put those parts through auto-tune just to get it done. I don't know. I'm too much fucking OCD to an alien retentive to fucking let that happen. So hopefully I'll be able to finish recording that this week, and then hope I'll get my fucking intro video up because I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, I think he did a great job on the War Boys one.
Yeah. I like his work, and
yeah,
he's had some things going on personally, so I haven't been able to hook up with him, but.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, keep all these people in your thoughts and your prayers, all these victims, their families. My friend Carolyn told me that the lockdown was lifted, but she's out doing trauma response now for the people at Brown. And it's heartbreaking to watch. And yeah, man, this is I'm going to take this off the screen because I'm tired of looking at it.
Keep the people and the victims in Australia in your prayers also.
Yeah, both Brown and Australia. And to be quite honest with you, and I don't want to sound like I'm doom pilling, but I think we're going to see a lot more of this over the holiday seasons.
Yeah, I think so too.
There's
question is who does it benefit?
Yeah. Well, be vigilant, guys. Keep your head on a swivel. If you have the ability and access to buy a gun, buy one, learn how to use it. I can't stress that enough. Buying a gun is not enough. Investing in your tactical abilities, it should be paramount. Once you buy a gun, you train with it. Just about every gun store on the planet either has somebody there that does trainings or they have connections to people who have trainings. Any gun range, indoor gun range, will always have, training nights. Go and learn how to use your weapon to protect you, your family, your loved ones. Become proficient at it. That's the first part of it. The second part of after you do that, learn how to shoot under stress, because if you're sitting in a fucking static environment shooting a target, it is not the same as having fucking bullets whiz by you. They have very specific trainings for these things. I recommend anybody that wants to take their protection, their safety seriously, you seek these out. And I don't think I'm going to get any pushback from Reno on that one.
No. Nope. Just having a gun is not just having a gun and owning a firearm is not
enough. Don't fall into the trap of now you feel safe because you have a gun. If you don't know how to shoot that thing, if you don't know how to take it apart and clean it, if you don't know how to fucking draw, be on fucking target, you're not going to do shit. You're more apt to fucking kill somebody else that's not the fucking threat.
Yeah, you don't drive a car. You don't get a driver's license without taking a driver's test.
So I don't think it should be mandatory, but I believe that everybody should make it mandatory in their own mind that they learn how to use their weapon. Period. All right, brother. All right, we're gonna head out. I'm gonna go fucking plow. Reno, stay in the studio for 1 second, bro.
Yep.
All right, guys. Have a great Sunday, and I will see you tomorrow on my show, Critical Mass. Hopefully, Reno has time to come in and fucking join me tomorrow. I've been working on a really fire monologue, and I really want to do a space tomorrow. So hopefully, everybody fucking joins. And with that, have a good night.
Load up on guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello.
Prosecutor said Ethan Nordine was the undisputed leader of the group that day as they tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
And FBI agents arrested Proud Boys former national chairman Enrique Tarrio at this home in Miami. By 2 this afternoon, he was in federal court.
Here we are.